Algebra for Sports Fans, Part 4, Real Numbers and Number Lines. This is Ken Boyd, the owner of St. Louis Test Preparation. Here's our email address and our phone number. You'll see our website later on in the presentation. So the real number line. We will use real numbers throughout our algebra discussion. You'll see the term, then there'll be an assumption that we're using real numbers. That will actually be defined for you later on in math. So in the middle, here's our number line. We start off with a point in the middle called the origin. As we move farther to the left, the numbers with the negative signs are negative. They become bigger and bigger as we move away from the origin. The numbers to the right are positive, no negative signs, and as we move away from the origin, they get bigger and bigger, more positive. We can also refer to the numbers on the number line as integers. You'll see the term integers as well. So let's do this comparison. Let's compare a real number line to a football field. Think about the markers in a football field. The 50-yard line's in the middle, and as you move one way or another, the numbers get smaller until you get to the goal line, which is the yard line 0. Think of the origin as the 50-yard line. You probably heard an announcer in a football game refer to it as midfield. You cross the 50, you cross midfield. If you're on offense, assume you're trying to score by getting the ball in the end zone on the far right. Moving to the right is positive yardage for you, so the right side of midfield is positive. The other team is trying to score by getting in the end zone on the far left, where the negatives are on our prior slide. Moving to the left is giving up or losing yardage for you. The left side of the midfield is negative. Let's think about an example from sports to illustrate this. Yards per rush. The NFL defines this term as the average number of yards a running back gains each time he touches the ball. You'll hear this term on football telecasts. You can go to NFL.com and find the statistics I use in just a minute. Losing yards. If someone loses yards on a play, their yards per rush might be negative. For example, if a quarterback gets sacked behind the line of scrimmage, behind the line where you started, that sack is a loss of yards. Ordering real numbers, yards per rush example. We pulled this information from NFL.com, and this is the NFL playoffs and the average yards per rush for 5 different players. You can see that some of them use a decimal, like the first one, Adrian Peterson, his average was 4.2. The third one down, Brandon Jacobs from the Giants, his uses a fraction, a mixed number, and a whole number. 4.45. You're going to see situations where you're asked to put numbers on a number line in order. Some of the numbers are decimals and some are mixed numbers, a whole number and a fraction. So we do that on the next slide. The origin was added to help you see the results, because what's happening is, just like a few slides back, as the numbers get bigger and more negative as they move to the left, the numbers get bigger and more positive as you move to the right. That's what we mean by moving away in the comment at the bottom of the page. Negative numbers move to the left, positive numbers move to the right. Get farther away from the origin. In either direction, you get a bigger number. This is our reference, a basic algebra book that's used in lots and lots of schools. That's the end of Part 4. You'll find Part 5 on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel, Ken Boyd STL. If you want live tutoring or live chat, you can go to our website, stltest.net. You'll see our email address and our phone number. And again, this is Ken Boyd. We'll see you next time.